Is LeBron James thinking, because you know he okayed this, listen, I know Westbrook, we work out at UCLA. Westbrook, by the way, has a house about 3 miles from LeBron. They're friends, they respect each other. Is LeBron saying, number one, nobody plays harder than Russell Westbrook. And I have got to get, regardless of his inconsistency. I mean, Westbrook's not even the best version of Westbrook anymore. But he plays a lot of minutes. He plays with undeniable passion. He absolutely is completely, utterly committed to basketball. He's often said, my best friend's the ball. From a psychological standpoint, do you bring Westbrook in? AD watches his commitment. He sees LeBron's commitment. And there's a feeling like, hey, I got to get my shit together. I can't let these two down. Like, we know Westbrook's a flawed player. We know he can't hit three-pointers. Even his free throw shooting has dramatically dropped in recent years. But I think there's a psychological play here. Westbrook plays as hard as anybody in the league. LeBron plays as hard as anybody in the league. That's the knock on Anthony Davis. Listen, Kuzma, KCP, Montrezl Harrell, and a draft pick. Those are marginally talented players who are inconsistent. LeBron's thinking, why not get a Hall of Fame player that's inconsistent? Right? Like, you know, when you get into a baseball playoff, not everybody can be Curt Schilling in his prime or Randy Johnson. But if you have a guy that has the stuff, inconsistent but has the stuff, it may just be his night in a big game 6 or a big game 7. Westbrook has great halves, great moments, great possessions. Kuzma, KCP, Montrezl Harrell, a draft pick, and a 20-year-old don't really. So I think people could say it smells of desperation. But I mean, let's be honest here. You know, you could have said this year by going and getting P.J. Tucker and Drew Holiday, Milwaukee had to win, or Budenholzer was out of work, or Giannis, you know, was going to be seen as just a guy who couldn't win the big game. Everybody in the NBA, it's a year-to-year league. There's a little desperation everywhere, right? Daryl Morey's trying to get something for Ben Simmons. He's asking for multiple picks, multiple players. If he can't get something done on draft night, there's a little desperation. So there's two things here. A, all Westbrook has to add is some big Westbrook moments in playoff spots. We know in the regular season he's going to give you a ton of minutes and a ton of effort. That's the first thing. Can he give me a handful of great plays a night? And LeBron may be thinking, I control the offense anyway. Westbrook's not going to get 6 turnovers. He's not going to control the tempo. I'm going to control the tempo. I need a guy with a fastball. Even if sometimes he can't find the plate, I just need his occasional greatness. I think that's the psychological play here. He's not a perfect player, but he has his moments. Does Kuzma? Does KCP? I mean, LeBron's played with these guys multiple years. He's done with it. I've been talking about this for a year. His body language with Kuzma is poor. KCP, I mean, they're both represented by Rich Paul, but, you know, they're not, like, tight. So it makes a little sense to me, especially in the regular season. The other thing that jumped to the forefront with me that's kind of funny, I thought to myself, is Chris Paul looking at this thinking, wait a minute, I got a house in L.A. too. We're way better friends than Westbrook. Westbrook left Oklahoma City. I came in with a tanking team. We made the playoffs. Westbrook bombed with Houston. I got Houston to the Western Conference Final with James Harden. I made the laughable Suns into a finals team. Is Chris Paul looking at this thinking, LeBron, I'm the perfect piece for this? Because if you look at Chris Paul's career, he's made virtually everybody he has played with better. Westbrook, though more talented naturally, has struggled to make anybody he's played with better. And that'll be the overwhelming headline, right? What are you doing here? It reeks of desperation. But I kind of get it. He's going to give you a lot of minutes and moments of brilliance. You're not getting that from the guys that you're trading. And he is so passionate. It's what AD doesn't consistently bring to the table. I don't love the move, but I get the move. And you know LeBron okayed this.